Skin color or being fair is such a huge topic of discussion. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about why or how do you get your skin color. Can that change at all? If it can, what is safe and what is not safe? Can it be done at home? Should it be done at your office? Who should do it? All of this. Yes, I am not going to dwell on whether one should get fair or not. That's another day, another topic for someone else, not my expertise. How do you get your skin color in the first place? So you're born into a particular family which will give you its ethnic color, which means to say, are you Mongolian? Are you Aryan? Are you Dravidian? So like that, there are many ethnicities, right? Depending on that, each one has a skin color. Then you have your genes, which means to say, for example, you see some fair South Indians, you see some slightly brown South Indians, right? So South Indians themselves could be of an Aryan descent or a Dravidian descent. Depending on that, you see some South Indians being really light colored. So therefore, not just your ethnicity, your familial genes also matter. Then what is the third thing that matters is where you're born, which means to say what is the ambient temperature, humidity, all of this. So if you're born in a place which is really, really hot, sun is really harsh, pierces right at you, maybe your skin color can get a little darker, and that color can change when you go to another place which is probably cold with less sun exposure. Fourth is what you do in life. I've seen a lot of people who come to my office, pull up the sleeve and say, Doc, look, this is my skin color, look at how dark I am. Either they are riding a bike or they are into a sales job outside or they are sailors for that matter. Intense sun exposure, if that is your lifestyle, then you could be of a different skin color than what you were born with. Now, all of this plus what you eat can also affect the skin color. Yes, this is a little extreme, but when beta carotene really goes high with people who consume a lot of, let's say, carrot, you can have an orange hue to the skin color. That can happen. A lot of chemical excess can give you a gray hue. So there are a lot of hues that can happen due to pollution and chemical exposure from the outside or with what you consume. All of this is what affects one cell called melanin, which then makes your skin color. Now, melanin could be of different types, plus what adds to it is the blood supply in that area. That adds a pink or a not so flushed color to your skin. It can also, in cases such as melasma, add a component to the darkness. And then your skin on top, the dead skin, which sits on top in a lot of people's skin and is not exfoliated really well. Simply aging can make the exfoliation of the skin cell turnover a lot lesser. So you may start looking darker as you age. So any of this can change your skin color. Now, in one's lifespan itself, I remember when I was younger and going to school, I was a few shades darker than what I'm today. Not because I've treated myself towards becoming fairer. It is only because those days I was out playing Coco, playing God knows badminton, everything. And those days I grew up in Bangalore, right? So we were playing on the streets. So all the little houses and bungalows, all the kids used to come out and we used to be on the street. So we used to play. Schools had our PT, which is physical training, or sports periods right after lunch, which is scorching heat. So we used to end up playing. So I was of a different color then. And I didn't know what is sunscreen, though I did some moisturization because my mother was very particular about skin care. But I didn't really apply the sunscreen, right? But today I have evolved. I understand skincare. I moisturize myself. After, for example, sun exposure, I make sure I take care and calm my skin down. Before sun exposure, I make sure I apply a lot of sunscreen. And if I know I have intense sun exposure, I even take an internal sunscreen, which is supplements such as Ra Bright, vitamin C, hydrate to keep the hydration of the skin well. So when there is an inflammatory attack, skin can actually repair itself. Ra Defense, these are the things I end up taking as a supplement. Then of course, when I know sometimes if I ever go out, maybe for a trek or for a sail, I make sure I wear an extra cotton shirt on top so I protect my arms which are exposed. You wear a cap or a hat with a large rim, you wear a sunglass, you do all of this as well, right? So my skin color has changed over a period of time. Now, why I'm taking this much time to explain this is because I get a lot of patients asking, have you seen that actress when she did her first movie? Oh my God, she was so dark. And look at her now. Apparently, she takes so many glutathione injections. No, not really. One or two of them people refer are actually my patients. And I know, no. Those days, makeup was bad, lighting was different. It wasn't like the way it was today. There was no post-production like the way they do at every frame right now. You look at some actresses, they look like glass skin with not a pore on their skin, which is not humanly possible. So you need to understand technology has evolved. You yourself as a person has evolved. Skin care itself has evolved a lot more. All of this might help, might make it look like people are changing color, but actually it may not be true at all. So don't get influenced by hearsay. So this is what I'm trying to tell you about skin color, how it can happen, what happens. But if you do have a patchy skin, if you do think that you've tanned or you've become darker than what color you were born with, can that be lightened? Yes, it can be. Like I said, first, take a lot of protection, sun protection, after sun care. All this we could do more videos if you keep requesting me, because otherwise this is going to be a never-ending video. And then internal sun protection, all of these has to become a lifestyle. Like how you brush your teeth, you need to remember that. When you go on a holiday, how you may never forget taking your swimsuit, for example, you should never forget taking these extra things that you want to take. So that's one. And then you get into a habit of exfoliation regularly, maybe once in a week at night. Watch my reel, why at night, okay? So at night is when you exfoliate and then put skin recovery creams. In your skin care, what can you do differently? You can end up using skin lightening ingredients such as kojic acid, such as azelaic acid, such as certain AHAs and BHAs if your skin is oily, can all help you kind of lighten the skin eventually. What can also help in your diet is to reduce sugar. That reduces inflammation, that reduces insulin resistance, which actually then helps the skin color get better overall on your body, especially if you think your skin color around your armpits, around your neck and your body folds are increasing. That is something that might really help. At your doctor's office, what can you do? We have various peelings, lasers, and intravenous infusions that can actually help speeden things like removing the tan, getting the inflammation down, reducing the patchiness of your skin, getting you more even complexion. And while internal health is also taken care of, you will see externally the skin starts to look, it glows, it becomes more even color. Seems like light, may not necessarily be light, but it glows with health. You know, you see certain people, they're brown, and when they tan, they tan kind of olive and beautiful. But some people, when they tan, they become grayish and dry. So it's not necessarily always the skin color. It's those additional qualities in it, the hydration of the skin, the health of the skin, the glow that you get from within, all of this also which makes it either attractive or not so attractive, given the same color. So therefore, yes, it is possible to make your skin a little lighter, but it is not possible to defy nature and go against what you're born with. So please go to a doctor who will first do a proper consultation with you. Take the time to understand and make you understand as to what are the safe possibilities and till where can you push the bar. That is important. Keep throwing questions. This is my first long YouTube video dedicated to my YouTube viewers and subscribers. But if I get a lot of response for this, you will encourage me to do more.